a WikiVidi Documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Asuka, wrestler, is a Japanese professional wrestler, better known by the ring name. She is currently signed to WWE, performing on the Raw brand. She is a former NXT Women's Champion, with her reign of 510 days being the longest of any title in WWE's post-national expansion era. In addition, the company has billed her as having the longest undefeated streak in WWE history. She is also the winner of the first Women's Royal Rumble match. Her techniques include various kicks and submission holds, leading to a reputation for a stiff wrestling style. She was also worked as a freelance graphic designer and video game journalist, and through her work with Microsoft and Nintendo she has been sponsored by the company, wearing an Xbox 360 logo on her gear. Previously known as, she started her professional wrestling career in the A to Z promotion in June 2004, where she remained until retiring in March 2006. She returned to the ring a year and a half later, starting to work as a freelancer for promotions such as JWP Joshi Osu, Neo Japan Ladies Pro Wrestling Wave, Reina Joshi Osu, Smash, and Wrestling New Classic. Her achievements include winning the JWP Openweight Championship, Neo Tag Team Championship, Reina World Women's Championship, Smash Diva Championship, and Wave Tag Team Championship. In August 2015, Yuri signed a developmental deal with WWE. After spending 2 years in WWE's developmental branch NXT, she was moved to the promotion's main roster in September 2017. In December 2015, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter stated that Yuri may be the best worker in WWE, man or woman. In 2017, Asuka became the first Japanese wrestler to top Pro Wrestling Illustrated's annual PWI Female 50 list. Early career, 2004-2010. Yuri, working originally as a graphic designer, decided to find a new career in professional wrestling. After becoming a fan of the likes of Keiji Muto, Satoru Sayama, Yoshiaki Fujiwara, Antonio Inoki, Akira Maeda, Nobuhiko Takada, Masakatsu Funaki, Volkan and Minoru Suzuki. Trained by Yuki Ishikawa, Yuri adopted the ring name Kana and made her professional wrestling debut for all-female promotion A to Z on June 16, 2004, in a match against Leona. She would spend the first part of her career with A to Z, before suddenly announcing her retirement due to chronic nephritis on March 19, 2006. During her time away from the ring, Yuri opened her own graphic design agency. After spending a year and a half away from professional wrestling, Yuri made a comeback on September 22, 2007, and began working as a freelancer for promotions such as Ice Ribbon, JWP Joshi Osu, Neo Japan Ladies Pro Wrestling Wave, and Pro Wrestling 01, while also forming the Passion Red stable with Nani Takahashi, Natsuki Taiyo, Rei and Yumiko Hotta in Neo, which would become her new home promotion. On October 10, 2009, Kana teamed with Takahashi to defeat Hiroyo Matsumoto and Kyoko Ino for the Neo Tag Team Championship, Kana's first professional wrestling title. They would hold the title for 2 months, before losing it to Ayumi Kurihara and Yoshiko Tamura on December 31, 2009. On January 24, 2010, Kana announced that she had quit Passion Red. Pro Wrestling Wave, 2008, 2010, 2015. Kana had made some appearances for Pro Wrestling Wave in 2008, but did not start working regularly for the promotion until the end of 2010, when Neo Japan Ladies Pro Wrestling folded. On July 24, 2011, Kana defeated Ayumi Kurihara in the finals to win the 2011 Catch the Wave tournament. On October 30, Kana and Kurihara defeated Ranyuyu and Toshio Matsu to win the Dual Shockwave 2011 tournament, and become the first ever Wave Tag Team Champions. While a tag team champion with Kurihara, Kana also regularly teamed with Mio Shirai's Triple Tails.S, and on February 1, 2012, Kurihara, Mika Ida and Shao Shibutani were made official members of Triple Tails. 4 days later, Kana and Gurihara lost the Wave Tag Team Championship to Ran Yu and Toshio Uematsu. On March 6, the new incarnation of Triple Tails was named White Tails, in reference to Wave's top villainous alliance, Black Dahlia. On November 27, Kana defeated Yumioka in a singles match, after which she declared herself the new ace of Wave. On February 17, Kana, as the 2011 Catch the Wave winner, was granted entrance into the Wave Single Championship tournament, defeating Mio Shirai in her semi-final match. On March 17, Kana was defeated in the finals of the tournament by Yumioka. On April 21, Kana and Mio Shirai defeated Masaki Ohata and Tsukasa Fujimoto to win the Wave Tag Team Championship, bringing Triple Tails its first title. They made their first successful defense on July 7 against Fujimoto and Yusei Sakura Hirota. On July 12, the White Tails stable produced their final event before the group's dissolution, during which Kana wrestled the soon-to-retire Ayumi Kurihara to a 10-minute time limit draw. 3 days later, Kana and Shirai lost the Wave Tag Team Championship to Shide Sakura in their second defense. From September 1 to October 6, Kana took part in the 2013 Dual Shock Wave tournament, where she teamed with Yumioka. The team made it all the way to the finals of the tournament, before losing to Les Aventuras in a three-way match, which also included Muscle Venus. In July 2015, Kana made it to the semi-finals of the 2015 Catch the Wave tournament, but was defeated there by eventual tournament winner Yumioka. Japanese Independent Circuit, 2010-2015. On April 29, 2010, Kana held her first self-produced event, titled Kana Pro, which saw her lose to Miko Satomura in the main event of the evening. On June 19, Kana formed the Triple Tails stable with Io and Mio, the Shirai sisters, and together the three of them would work for several promotions across Japan. Kana Pro's second event took place on January 10, 2011, and saw Kana and Yuki Ishikawa lose to Carlos Amano and Yoshiaki Fujiwara in the main event. Triple Tails also put together their own shows, which took place on February 13 and May 8, 2011. Kana Pro's third event Logang took place on September 24 and saw Kana lose to Kengo Mashimo in the main event. On October 29, Kana was elected the 8th president of 666, a small independent promotion for which she had wrestled for the past year. On November 5, Kana took part in the final event held by the Battle Arts promotion, defeating Aki Shizuku in a singles match. On March 11, 2012, Kana made her debut for the DDT Pro Wrestling promotion, taking part in an 8-person 10-minute battle royal for the Ironman Heavy Metalweight Championship, which she won 5 minutes into the match by pinning Michael Nakazawa, before losing it with just 50 seconds remaining in the match to Antonio Honda, only to regain it via submission with just 22 seconds remaining in the match. On April 8, Kana defended the title in another 10-minute battle royal, during which she lost the title twice to Michael Nakazawa and once to Kaito Yano, but each time managed to regain it and left the match with it, now as a 5-time champion. On April 25, Kana made her first appearance for Ice Ribbon in 3 years, when she teamed with Aki Shizuku to defeat April Davidson Ice Time 60 champion Hikaru Shida. On April 30, Kana lost the Ironman Heavy Metalweight Championship to Ayumi Kurihara at a Pro Wrestling Wave event in the opening match of the 2012 Catch the Wave tournament. On May 5 at Ice Ribbon's Golden Ribbon 2012 event, Kana defeated Hikaru Shida in a non-title singles match. On May 12, Kana made her Mexican debut when she took part in Toriuman Mexico's Dragon Mania 7 event, defeating Suri in a singles match. In early July, Kana and Mio Shirai took part in the 2012 Japan Expo in Paris, France. Kana returned to Ice Ribbon on October 20, when she teamed with new Ice Time 60 champion Mio Shirai in a tag team main event, where they defeated Maki Naramiya and Tsukasa Fujimoto. Following her December 2012 departure from WNC, Kana began making more regular appearances for both Ice Ribbon and JWP. She was, in storyline, brought into JWP by her friend Arisa Nakajima, much to the chagrin of the promotion's president Kaman Bolshoi, who was one of the wrestlers upset by her 2010 manifesto. On February 24, 2013, TrippleTales.s held its first self-produced event in 9 months, which saw Kana and Mio Shirai wrestle Arisa Nakajima and Ayaka Hamada in a main event tag team match. On May 5, Kana made another appearance for JWP, submitting JWP Openweight champion Arisa Nakajima in a tag team match, where she and Raiden Hagen faced Nakajima and Nana Kawasa. Post-match, Kana and Nakajima came to blows, with Nakajima claiming that she was now defending all of Joshi against Kana. Ahead of Ayumi Kuhara's impending retirement, she and Kana came together on July 26 to produce the Kanayu independent event, which saw Kana and Genki Horiguchi Hag.me lose to Kurohara and Masaki Mochizuki in a main event tag team match. On August 18, Kana returned to JWP and defeated Arisa Nakajima to become the new JWP Openweight champion. Following the win, Kana, portrayed as the villainous outsider, smeared makeup on Nakajima's face, before gloating over capturing JWP's top title during Plum Mariko's memorial event. Kana made her first successful title defense on September 16 against the reigning JWP Junior and Pop champion Manami Katsu. Kana made her second successful title defense on October 14 against JWP Tag Team and Daily Sports Women's Tag Team champion Hanako Nakamori. While continuing to badmouth JWP and its wrestlers, Kana also entered a storyline where she began professing her love for Arisa Nakajima, much to the bewilderment of the former champion. As part of the storyline, Kana refused title challenges made by Kyoko Haruyama and Leon, and instead named Nakajima her next challenger. On December 15 at JWP's annual year-end climax event, Kana lost the JWP Openweight Championship back to Nakajima in her third title defense. On December 27, 2013, Kana and Mio Shirai announced they were disbanding TrippleTales.s, with their final self-produced independent event taking place in early 2014. On February 25, 2014, Kana produced an independent event titled Kana Pro Mania in Korakuen Hall, which saw her defeat Miko Satomura in the main event. On April 16, Kana took part in a rare women's match promoted by Pro Wrestling Noah, defeating JWP representative Rabbit Miyu. On May 15, Kana and Mio Shirai produced TrippleTales.s final independent event before officially dissolving the partnership, which featured a main event tag team match, where Kana and Arisa Nakajima defeated Shirai and Kyoko Haruyama. The next Kana Pro event took place on June 16 at Korakuen Hall, where Kana and Namichi Marufuji were defeated by Miko Satomura and Minoru Suzuki in an intergender main event tag team match. On October 5, 2014, Kana made a special appearance for All Japan Pro Wrestling, teaming with Mika Ida in a tag team match, where they were defeated by Saoru Shibutani and Yumioka. The next Kana Pro event took place on October 7 in Korakuen Hall and saw Kana being pinned by Suri in a main event tag team match, where she teamed with Minoru Suzuki and Suri with Yoshiaki Fujiwara. On July 8, 2015, Kana announced that following the September 15 Kana Pro Mania event, she would go on an indefinite hiatus from professional wrestling. Kana stated that she wanted to try something new after wrestling for over 10 years, while dismissing a rumor that she was pregnant. After revealing she had signed with WWE, Kana wrestled her final match in Japan at the September 15 Kana Pro Mania Pulse event, where she teamed with Hikaru Shida and Suri in a 6-woman tag team main event, where they defeated Arisa Nakajima, Rina Yamashita, and Ryo Mizunami. Smash 2010-2012. Kana made her debut for Yoshihiro Tajiro's new Smash promotion on June 25, 2010, losing to Suri in the main event of Smash.4. After the match, Kana left the arena smiling and later challenged Suri to a rematch, which was made official on June 30. The rematch took place on July 24 at Smash.5 and saw Kana, now a full-blown villain, defeat Suri via submission in just 3 minutes. As part of the attempt to get her over as the top villain, Kana wrote a manifesto for the Weekly Pro Wrestling magazine, which was published on August 4 and where she attacked the entire Joshi Puroresu community, claiming it was full of wrestlers with no personality and bad attitudes, and who wrestled in an unrealistic manner. The article led to a confrontation between Kana and wrestlers from the JWP Joshi Puroresu promotion on August 30 at Smash.7, but never led to a direct match. Kana then began feuding with Tajiri, which led to an intergender match on December 24 at Happening Eve, where Tajiri was victorious. Following the loss, Kana re-emerged on January 29, 2011 as the leader of the Triple Tails stable with the Shirai sisters, dubbing herself Sekai no Kana. Kana then continued working against the opposite sex, teaming with the Shais to defeat Tajiri, Kenoka and Yoshiaki Yago on February 25, and losing to Funaki on March 31. In April, Kana entered a feud with former WWE performer Serena, stemming from a comment she made, calling Kana a talented, amateur wrestler, while she herself had worked for the top promotion in the world. In response, Kana vowed to make Serena respect her. The first encounter between the two took place on April 30 at Smash.16, when Serena teamed with Makoto and Siri to defeat the Triple Tails in a 6-woman tag team match, when Serena pinned Kana with her finishing maneuver, the spear. On May 3 at Smash.17, Serena defeated Kana with a spear in the first singles match between the two. At the following event on June 9, Smash started a tournament to crown the inaugural Smash Diva champion, which saw Kana defeat Lynn "Bitch" Byron in her first round match. On August 11 at Smash.20, Kana defeated Siri to set up a rematch with Serena in the finals of the tournament. On September 8, Kana defeated Serena to become the inaugural Smash Diva champion. On November 24 at Smash.23, Kana lost the Smash Diva Championship to Tomoka Nakagawa in her first defense. On January 19, 2012 at We Are Smash, Kana defeated Nakagawa in a rematch to regain the title. Kana's second reign ended also in her first defense, when she lost the title to Siri on February 19 at Smash.25, after which the two longtime rivals hugged and made peace with each other. On March 14, Smash held Smash.Final, the promotion's final event before ceasing its operations, during which Kana teamed with Ultimo Dragon to defeat Mintalo and Siri in a tag team match. American Independent Circuit, 2011-2014. On August 3, 2011, it was reported that Kana would be making her debut in the United States in early October, working for all-female promotion Shimmer Women Athletes on 1 and 2 and for Chikara on 7 and 8. In her Shimmer debut on Volume 41, Kana was shown in early segments ignoring Sarah Del Rey and cheerleader Melissa's welcoming, establishing herself as a villain in the process. Later, she defeated Mia Yim in her first match for the promotion. Later that same day on Volume 42, Kana defeated Del Rey via submission. The following day on Volume 43, Kana was defeated by cheerleader Melissa in a match to determine the #1 contender to the Shimmer Championship. Later that day, Kana defeated Lufisto on Volume 44 in her final match for the weekend, after which she shook Lufisto's hand. The following weekend, Kana made her debut for Chikara, defeating Jessie Mackay in her first match on October 7 in Burlington, North Carolina. The following day, Kana was defeated by Sarah Del Rey in the main event of a show in Kingsport, Tennessee. On February 19, 2012, Shimmer Women Athletes announced that Kana would be returning to the promotion on March 17. In her return on Volume 45, Kana, now a babyface, teamed with Lufisto in a tag team match, where they were defeated by Hailey Hatred and Calamity. Later that same day on Volume 46, Kana was defeated in a singles match by Mercedes Martinez. The following day on Volume 47, Kana and Lufisto defeated Christina Von Eerie and Dems Chief in a tag team match. Kana then defeated Kelly Skater on Volume 48, in her final match of the weekend. Kana returned to Shimmer on October 27, 2012, when she and Lufisto unsuccessfully challenged the Canadian Ninjas for the Shimmer Tag Team Championship as part of Volume 49. Later that same night on Volume 50, Kana was defeated by Ayaka Hamada in a singles match. The following night on Volume 51, Kana defeated Athena in a singles match. Later that night on Volume 51, Kana, in her final match of the weekend, teamed with Lufisto in a tag team match, where they defeated Made in Sin. On April 6, 2013, at the Volume 53 Internet pay-per-view, Kana and Lufisto unsuccessfully challenged the Canadian Ninjas for the Shimmer Tag Team Championship in a four-way match, which also included the teams of Global Green Gangsters and Made in Sin. Kana returned to singles action a week later on April 13 at the tapings of Volume 54, where she defeated Jessie Mackay. Later that same day on Volume 55, Kana was defeated by Madison Eagles in another singles match. The following day, Kana first defeated Ayaka Hamada, Mercedes Martinez, and Yu Yamagata in a four-way match on Volume 56, before finishing her weekend with a win over Calamity in a singles match on Volume 57. Upon her return to Shimmer on October 19 at Volume 58, Kana and Lufisto were given another shot at the Shimmer Tag Team Championship, but were defeated by the defending champions, the Global Green Gangsters. Kana returned to Shimmer on October 18, 2014, unsuccessfully challenging cheerleader Melissa for the Shimmer Championship at Volume 67. Wrestling New Classic, 2012. On April 5, 2012, Tajiri announced the follow-up promotion to Smash Wrestling New Classic, which would hold its first event on April 26, and named Kana as part of the promotion's roster. For the first time since 2006, when she was affiliated with A to Z, Kana signed a contract to make WNC her new home promotion, officially ending her freelancing days, though the deal allowed her to continue working for Pro Wrestling Wave and producing her own independent events. On April 26 at WNC's first event, Before the Dawn, Kana teamed with Mio Shirai in a tag team match, where they defeated Makoto and Syuri, with Kana pinning Makoto for the win. Post-match, Kana verbally assaulted Makoto, which led to Shirai turning on her and siding with Makoto. At WNC's second event, starting over on May 24, Kana submitted Makoto in a tag team match, where she teamed with Syuri and Makoto with Riho, a replacement for an injured Mio Shirai. 2 days later at Go West, Osaka, Kana submitted Makoto again, this time in a singles match. On June 17, Kana produced her first Kana Pro event in collaboration with WNC, where she and Kenichi Yamamoto were defeated in the main event by Daisuke Ikeda and Syuri. The rivalry between Kana and Makoto continued at WNC's following event on June 22, where Makoto ended her losing streak by pinning Kana in a tag team match, where Kana teamed with Syuri and Makoto with Mio Shirai. On July 15, Kana defeated Shirai in a singles match, after which she had another heated exchange with Makoto, who had been sidelined from in-ring action with a fractured wrist. Later that same event, Kana's uneasy alliance with Syuri came to an end, when Syuri turned on her, after losing to Ayaka Hamada, and joined a new villainous stable formed by Akira and Starbuck. The first match between Kana and Syuri since the latter's turn took place in the main event of a WNC event on August 2, where Syuri, Akira, and Starbuck defeated Kana, Hajime Ohara, and Tajiri. On August 30, Kana, Mikey Whipwreck and Tajiri were defeated in a barbed wire board death match by Syuri, Akira, and Starbuck. Kana, Whipwreck and Tajiri were also defeated in a rematch the following day in Osaka, before coming back to win the second rematch on September 1 in Toyohashi, ending the villainous trio's win streak in the process. In the main event of a WNC event on September 17, Kana earned a big win over Syuri, defeating her via submission in a tag team match, where she and Tajiri faced Syuri and Akira. The following day, Kana and Makoto, who share the same birthday, held a press conference to announce that they were coming together to produce an event at Shinjuku Face on November 9, celebrating their 31st 23rd birthday, respectively. On September 20, Kana was defeated by Akira in an intergender match at Korakuen Hall. On November 9, Kana and Makoto produced the first Mako Kana Pro event. Early in the event, the two teamed together in a tag team match, where they defeated the Ice Ribbon team of Hamuka Hoshi and Hikaru Shida. Later, in the main event, Kana teamed with Sendai Girls Pro Wrestling's Keigetsu in another tag team match, where they wrestled Syuri and JWP's Arisa Nakajima to a 30-minute time limit draw. The match was billed as the first confrontation between Kana and Nakajima, who both started their careers in A to Z. On November 26, Kana entered the WNC Women's Championship tournament, defeating Makoto in her first-round match. 2 days later, Kana was eliminated in the semi-finals of the tournament by Nagasan Ozaki, following interference from her Kabushiki Gaisha DQN stablemate Jiro Kuroshio. Following the match, Kana announced that she was quitting WNC, and once again becoming a freelancer, claiming that she had not been paid for months and had not been able to get in contact with the promotion's president Tsutomu Takashima. WNC officially released Kana from her contract on December 4. Brought to you by WikiVidi Documentaries. Would you like to know more?